There we go. Awesome.
And thank you to
yes.
those of you that are on time.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
We always do. Yeah. And we always tell people, make sure you get on early, just in case. That's why we start our meetings usually a few minutes early so people can get on and things like that. So hopefully, I know chat came on. Yeah. Oh, you put that in there. Good. That was you. Anyway, so what we're going to do is I'm going to actually skip the video. We normally kick it off with a video and explains a little bit more about the technology and things like that. But what we're going to do is talk a little bit more about how we got started, a little bit more of the technology, and then we're going to get into more strategy specifically of what we recommend, what we've been coached to do from the people who are actually making the most money from this whole industry, and kind of how to tie in and actually take this to the next level. So one of the greatest parts about this is that our whole goal is to help people grow with us. So basically, if you want to walk, you're going to walk. If you want to, jog, we're going to jog. If you want to sprint, we're going to sprint. Because right now we're sprinting and we're getting tremendous success. We've been involved in building teams for many, many years, but we have never seen anything this explosive. So when Steve and Gina asked us one time, they said, what do you think about this? And the thing that came to our mind was, this is it. This is exactly what we've been praying for. And it's amazing. They got a conference coming up actually in August. That's actually called This Is It. And it doesn't surprise me because this is something that they feel the exact same way. Steve and Gina, Honest Cole, all the people that we're working with, they are super excited about where we're going and what's happening. And it's literally it's still in its infancy, but it's exploding all over the world. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. But one thing that for me personally, when I saw this, actually, as many of you may know or may not know, I had really bad knee pain, which eventually became hip pain, which actually I had injured my shoulder. So I had a shoulder pain where I could only reach my arm up so high without having a lot of pain. And then I had a car accident like 6 years ago that I had neck pain. And so I had head, shoulders, knees, and toes in pain. And a good friend of mine, Ken Burke, said, hey, you got to try these things. He said, once these work for you, Greg, you're going to talk to everything that moves. And he was right, because we care about people. We love people. We want people to win. More importantly than anything else, we saw this as a way to really reach people that we wouldn't be able to normally reach more than anything else, because we understand the multiplication and exponential growth of this. But 3 days later, no knee pain, no hip pain, no shoulder pain, no neck pain. In fact, when I was able to raise my arm straight up and move it around behind my neck, I knew something happened. I'm going, this is not normal. This is crazy. So the crazy part, that's been actually the beginning of September, and haven't had any pain since. I used to get migraines all the time. I had restless leg syndrome. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. But again, all these different things. My wife is very happy that I'm not complaining anymore, because I used to whine a lot in regards to, obviously.
It was his excuse not to do my honey to-do list.
No.
He doesn't have that excuse.
I would never
anymore.
do that. Anyway, so no, but when you're in pain, I used to work out 4 or 5 days a week, and then I was only working out 1 to 2 days a week because of all the pain and everything else. And now we've had some tremendous results. So like I said, I'm going to skip the video, but the big thing is that those who are on here, those who are seeing this, hopefully you've been patched. Have you been able to experience this product? I was just talking to someone today, and they're like going, I'm sleeping better, I'm feeling better, and all these different things are going on because I have less pain, all this kind of stuff, and it's so neat what's going on. I said, well, wait till month 2. So so it's kind of cool what's going on. But the thing that we always try to explain to people is that this patch doesn't fix anything. It doesn't heal anyone. It literally just stimulates and activates basically the stem cells that are in our bodies so that we can be healed. So you got about at the age of 18 years old, you got about 1 billion live adult stem cells running through your body, basically fixing everything that's going on and keeping you youthful. So the crazy part is once you hit 30, or by the time you're 30, you got about half the activity in your body. And by the time you're 60, they're talking about down to 5 to 10%, depending on the person and the lifestyle and how they've treated their own bodies. But I said, if you break your arm at the age of 18 compared to breaking your arm at the age of 80, who's going to heal quicker, faster, better, and even complete, right? So one thing is that when we saw the idea of this, I was like, wow, this is amazing. And the more we looked at it, the more we said, this is absolutely phenomenal. So the one thing we talk to people about this amazing patch is that there's no stem cells in this patch. Because people say that, they go, where do you harvest your stem cells from? Where do you get these from? I'm like, there are no stem cells in this. And that's the best part, is that Lily, it's made from organic nanocrystals. It took 10 years, $4.5 million of research and development to bring just this one product to market. So if you understand, they've been doing patches basically since well, actually for almost 20, this is the 20th year now. So the part that we love about I got it. Okay, she muted me as well, muting everybody else.
Sorry,
Sorry.
I'm muted.
So, but the one thing I said, there's no stem cells in this. So Lily, what it does, it literally acts as a mirror. And like I said, after 10 years of study and everything else to get this to work, it started, they launched this back in 2019, and they've been on a huge growth track ever since. Now, this is all new to us. We had no idea. We understood stem cells a little bit, understood kind of what they did. We never knew about copper peptides and everything else. Never knew about nanocrystals for sure. But when I put this on and 3 days later, no knee pain, no hip pain, no shoulder pain, no neck pain, I'm like going, okay, I got to find out more about how this actually works. But the part that I love about it is it reactivates your own stem cells so that now you have more stem cell activity. And like the founder talks about, the more activity of stem cells you have in your body, the younger your body acts. So to me, we're not going back in a time machine, but the cool thing about this is now your body will actually act younger, and all these things that come along with us, which is pretty amazing. So the company itself, the growth has been just dramatic. So they went from basically a $20 million company, and they did a lot of things, through doctors, were basically showing this and having stuff. But again, it got to a certain level. But as soon as they launched the X39, it went from 20 million to 280 million. Projections are this is going to be about a $400 to $500 million company this year, and potentially $1 billion company next year. I mean, it's just growing by leaps and bounds. So why are we talking about this? Because there's an opportunity here, not only to bless people with a way for them to become actually more healthy and youthful and everything else, but also a way for people to become financially independent. Because if you understand what's going on, it's pretty amazing. So David Schmidt is amazing. He's actually got, over 130 patents. This actually patch was his 39th patch. That's what they call it, X39. And he's a scientist and inventor, has won all kinds of awards and recipient of all kinds of different accolades and everything else. But he's constantly inventing and creating different things. And so the amazing part about this is not the last of it, the last hurrah, but this is the best thing they've ever created. And literally it's a game changer for so many people. So if you ever want to research somebody, research him and listen to some of the interviews. To me, it's mind-boggling, all the things that he's done in over 20 years of doing this. And once again, just 10 years on this one patch alone of research and development. So the company patented the product back in 2019. It got approved in 2020. So now it's basically got 18 years left on the patent. And the thing that I love about it is that it's not a Me Too product. There's a lot of great companies out there, great products, a lot of team building companies that are out there, but a lot of them, again, are vitamins, they're supplements, any kind of, weight loss. A lot of people want to do things for youthful stuff as far as, skincare and stuff like that. And there's all these CBDs and all these different types of oils and stuff. When you talk to somebody about a stem cell activation patch, they're like going, what is that? How do I get that? And then you tell them your testimony and people are going, oh my goodness. So we're sharing all these amazing testimonies of people from around the world that we personally know and people that they know. And now we've got like hundreds of testimonials. It's so crazy personally. So that's the part when you start sharing with people. I tell people, get around us. If they don't believe us, when we get done, then they're dead. I'm not going to try to revive them because they don't understand. So I have seen every single one of these things: rapid pain release, reduced inflammation, supporting wound healing, energy, vitality, mental clarity, enhancing sports performance, faster recovery from exercise, improving skin appearance, all myself personally, because I've had a lot of other people that have received a lot of these other things, including a lot of other stuff on top of that, including people that have had Parkinson's, MS, people that with Alzheimer's, people with lupus, people with dementia, different things, that not only did it stop progressing, but actually started reversing and them getting better and better. And not in years, but within weeks and months. So we've had people within days. We had friends of ours that actually, they're a good friend of theirs, has Parkinson's, and we got a video on my YouTube channel that you got to see. If you haven't seen that Parkinson's video, it's a tearjerker because it literally is, his whole life has changed. He did not want to continue living. Thank you, Lord, that we talked to some people that actually changed their life just for that one thing alone, not including all of the other crazy testimonies that we can share. So the one thing is that with this is what we can expect from this. So we talk about this over 80 case studies, 4,000 genes begin to reset. Do you think I understand how that works? No, I just know that something was going on in my body. I'm like going, what in the world is going on? So what does that mean? That sometimes people have a tendency to detox. So we let people know up front that once again, drink lots of water. That's the one things we do. So once again, begin utilizing this, and you'll start seeing stuff within days, sometimes within weeks. And again, within 6 weeks, they talk about the brain becoming balanced, reducing symptoms of PTSD and also anxiety and depression. There's so many people today that are having challenges with these things. So I'm just trying to give you some reminders of things that people you go, oh yeah, I got some friends that have anxiety and depressed and worry about this, about that. They put this on and it's amazing. Within a few weeks, they're going, hey, I'm kind of chill. It's kind of cool. So we know people like that. So what's neat about that is also within 3 months, I don't know if anybody likes this idea, but collagen increases dramatically. So decreases wrinkles, increases hair growth, increases structural integrity of both your skeletal and muscular systems. To me, that is huge. If you understand our bodies and how we actually typically over time, go down this way, instead, you're basically now coming back up again. And this is the most crazy thing that I've seen. I actually was just visiting a friend in the hospital. He had to have a triple bypass, but again, heart reverses in age. A recent study, 14 out of 15 people lowered their vascular age by an average of 8 years. Now that's an average, which means some people did actually more than that in just 6 months. So the thing that people don't realize is that this is not a take a quick pill and pain goes away. It's actively repairing and helping your whole body. And the thing is, we never know if people have a heart condition or a challenge with their heart, or people have a challenge with other things in their body, it might go to there first because it's kind of a priority over your shoulder pain. If you know what I mean? So people say, well, why is my shoulder so hurt? Well, you might have something else going on with your kidneys or livers or your lung or whatever. We never know. So the one thing that David talks about is that this is not anti-aging, it's age reversing. So if you understand that, what I said before is that this is tremendous. So why we get excited? Because this thing's like, we talk about brain mapping. I didn't understand this stuff, but there's a great video of him. And I just took a snippet of this because again, they've been sharing this recently, but this 77-year-old woman placed the patch on the back of her neck, just like I did, the exact same thing, put on the back of her neck. And Lily, session 1, basically they took a brain scan. And of course, David Schmidt always talks about this. As you can see, in session 1, that there was no stem cell activity in her brain. So she was having memory loss, all kinds of issues and stuff like that. And for us, I'm looking at that going, I guess that's what the red means. I don't know. But all I know is that he said within 3 weeks, right? In 3 weeks, session 2, do you think there's a difference between 1 and 2, right? And then session 3, so he said this is increased. So session 3 was in 6 weeks. So he said when you look at the changes in somebody, and of course, her testimony, of course, was talking about how much better she was thinking, that she wasn't forgetting stuff. She just felt more alive, more, at 77 years of age, pretty awesome. So all these different studies they've done, over 80 case studies, is pretty amazing. So we recommend going to the Start X39 website. Why go to startx39.com? Because it's got all the different case studies on there. It's got the links to the patents and all the different stuff. And there's great videos on there. There's a 2-minute video at the top that basically talks about the stem cells, the patches themselves, what they've been doing for all these years. The next video is basically 3 minutes long, and it talks more about the stem cell activation patch, the X39, which is what's changed so many people's lives. And then there's an 18-minute video just a little bit further down from David Schmidt talking about how this works and why it works. So I encourage people to go on the site, get to know the site, because we share it with everybody. People say, well, I'm getting all these questions. What do I do? Send them this website. That they say they can do a shallow dive or a deep dive. And again, we want to answer questions, but that's one thing that even Onyx Cole says. She goes, she knows a lot about this business. She's been doing this for 3 years now, almost 4 years now. So the crazy part about this is that when you understand her thought process is, why would I want to be the expert? Let me send them to the place where they can get the information and everything else. And then when people see this, they go, okay, how do I order these? How do I get these? This is amazing. And so that's what's kind of cool about this. So the other part is how it works. Pretty simple. I mean, it's like this. I don't know about you, but this is the most simple product I've ever seen in my entire life. It's called, take this little thing. If you can use a Band-Aid, you peel it, right? And you stick it. And so we use the Gina Merritt talks about the 3 Ps. We peel, we patch, and we pray. That's what we do. We pray anyway. So we always pray for people because we want them to see, obviously, the best benefit. We know he's the healer, right? So God's the healer. So he's the one that took the stripes for us. So what can we do? We can basically try to use something that can also help too. Once again, wear it for 12 hours. So my normal routine is 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Lily peel, throw it out. So I put mine on at 7:30 this morning. So just before the call, I actually took my patch off, and Lily, took it off, and basically took it off at just before the call today. So why? 12 hours on, 12 hours off. So that's what you want to do. So again, you can put a new patch on the next day and just repeat that process. And then again, drink lots of agua, right? And for you Ohio State fans, sorry, I got my cup anyway. So the interesting part about that is that why you drink a lot of water, because the body has a tendency to detox. And when it does, you want to cleanse the body and let the cleansing happen. That's why they recommend drinking lots of water. So again, I don't want to go over we can go over so many testimonies. Did you want to share anything real quick on this?
No.
Okay, because normally we spend a lot of time on testimonies because there's so many awesome.
Do a little bit of training tonight,
yes,
like back office, and show you how and why.
Yeah,
because I think a lot of the people that we invited on, and the people that we are recording for are people
Mhm.
that are builders and people that are interested in getting to the next level. I think some of you on here have already hit the manager level,
Mhm.
and the whole thing is to help everybody get to manager,
Yep.
because that's the building block, you know. I mean,
Yep.
the testimonies are great because that's
Yes.
what sells the products.
Mhm.
But, you know, we want
Builds
to
belief in
show
products,
you
yeah.
how, you know, how to get to that next level. I think
Yep.
that's important. Yeah.
Absolutely. So again, and one thing, you can go to my YouTube channel, you can go to the Facebook channel. I'll put up another slide later on where you can check out the different testimonial pages that are out there. So many different testimonials. So the one thing that we educate people on a lot is, again, how do people get registered? Now, there's really 3 ways you can do this. One, you can send them a link. We don't do that. The reason why is because what happens, you send it to them and they go, oh yeah, okay, then yeah, I'll sign up. And then if they don't, then you're like, okay, they haven't signed up yet. So then you call them back. Oh, I didn't get a chance. Yeah, I'll do that later on. And they don't do it again because people get busy. And next thing you know, you become a pest. I said, we're professionals, we're not pests. So as a professional, we say, hey, do you have 5 to 10 minutes? I can get on the phone with you, take down your information and get you registered. I can log into the back office or even our team's back office and actually register some people. We do that all the time. We've registered a ton of people that way. I mean, like hundreds of people that way. So what's cool about that is another way is send them this application. It's actually in the back office, and I'll show you that later in the Build 331 website. And you can send them the application. They can print it off, fill it out, or you'd say, hey, this is the information I need. So send me these details, all the things in the personal information and payment information. Send me the information, tell us what you want, and go from there. So we always recommend, because we want to coach people on how to succeed in this, from a business standpoint. So we always recommend the gold package. Why? Because in order to be a manager or a director or a senior director, you have to be at least at the gold level and above. Now, some people say, well, I can't afford that yet. Well, fine, no problem. Let's help you to afford it. So you can start at what level you want, but then you have to upgrade to this. So once you get people on the right and on the left, and I'll explain in a minute, 2 silvers on the right, 2 silvers on the left, you have to be at the gold level. Now, some people, they're like us. They're going, okay, this is a no-brainer. This is exactly what I'm looking for. This product can change people's lives. This is amazing. Sign me up as diamonds. That's what we did. So the reason why is because what we do is when someone says, hey, I want to get started, I say, tell you what, if they're local to us, now we're building a huge international team, but if they're local to us, what we want to do is say, hey, tell you what, I will give you a 30-day supply so you can start, today, depending on when I meet them, or tomorrow morning, right? Instead of waiting 5 to 7 days to get your product, because here in the US, it usually takes about 5 to 7 days. Then what happens is that when you get your product comes in, give me one back. So we give them a sleeve, 30-day supply. They give us a sleeve back because we want, even if it's a husband and wife, they just need enough for the next, 5 to 7 days. And then they give us a sleeve back. And then we just rotate. So when we did this, my mentor said, he goes, if you had 10,000 acres of fertile, soil ready for seed, how much seed would you want? I go, give me trailer truckloads, right? Because you want to basically get as much seed in the ground as you can. So I said, what's the biggest package? And Lily, I mean, again, we're nothing special. We just shared this with a bunch of people, and within 3 weeks, we made our money, our investment back. So how you do that is by just sharing it with other people and really genuinely caring about them. So the cool thing about this is, again, we tell people to start wherever you want to. The benefit of going to the diamond level is, once again, by even upgrading to the diamond level, is that you get it for $84 instead of the $99. But the second part is, at the diamond level, if you register another diamond, you make $500 just by registering that person. So we'll talk more about that in a minute, but to me, that's powerful. So the big thing that we talk about, why we want people to succeed, is really what it comes down to is your why. Defining your dream. What is it that you want to do? There's a reason why you're on here tonight. You might have said, well, I'm on here because I want to make some extra income. I want to help people. I want to learn more about this product. I want to learn more about how I can share this with other people. The good news is a whole system in place that's already put in place where you can learn all about that. The only part you got to bring in is your determination, your dream, your vision of what you want to do. So for us, we see this huge. We don't see this at a little level. When they start talking making $25,000 a week and they start talking making $100,000 a week, we're like, yes and yes. Because again, when you understand something like this that's so unique that there's no other product like this, and we've seen so many testimonials, life-changing testimonials, including some of you that are on here today, that it's amazing that when you hear these things and see these things, you're like going, I have an obligation. I need to share it with everybody I can. I see people walking in a store limping or walking with a walker, and I just want to stop them and say, hey, if you don't mind me asking, what's going on? It's like, I just want to stop everyone because we need to share this. So we've had a lot of different strategy sessions with other people saying, hey, how can we expose this to the masses as quickly as possible? Why? Because it matters. So if you understand the industry right now, like I said, if you haven't heard about stem cells, we get people flying out of the country to get stem cell injections at thousands and thousands of dollars per injection. We got a friend of ours who spent $20,000 on stem cell injections for her ankle, her knee, and her shoulder. And again, they just thank God it works, because a lot of times these things don't work. They got to do a couple different times. So the interesting part is that right now it's in the hundreds of millions of dollars from an industry standpoint. It's going to hundreds of billions. Now, I'll stop there for a second. If you don't see an opportunity from that alone, then you might be missing something. One thing you got to understand is that people are looking for this. I'm telling you right now, 8 to 9 out of 10 people say, yes, I'm looking. If you do a popular opinion poll, you'd be shocked at how many people will say, yes, hey, if this can help me, that'd be great. So many people try so many things and they're like, I'll try anything. So that's one thing that's kind of cool. So how we make our money, again, we're going to spend a little more time on this today, but again, is by building teams on the right and the left. This is known as a binary. We never built a binary before, but we love it. This is like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. So again, what we always tell people, say, you want to put at least 2 silvers and above on the right and 2 silvers above left, and be at the gold level so that you can be a manager. You're going to hear this like 3 or 4 times we talk about this. Why? Because you can make more money at the manager level, and you want to be able to do that. So again, all you do is, when we're building it, we're building the outside right and the outside left. These people will build their inside leg, right? They're responsible for building their inside leg, and we're going to continue to build this down. So we've got legs that are hundreds of levels deep. Why? Because we're driving it along with the team that we're working with, driving and putting people down at the bottom, down at the bottom, down at the bottom, because that's all we can do. All we're going to do is put people on the bottom left or the bottom right, and you can earn up to $25,000 a week. Now, some people say, well, I can't see that vision. I don't know. I'd like that if it happened, but I can't see that. Well, do you think you would like an extra, even $100 a week? If you think you can make $100 a week, what about $250 a week, right? That's an extra $1,000 a month. But then what if you could make $500 a week? You set the goal of whatever you want. Now that's $2,000 a month. What do you say? Well, gosh, what if I can make an extra $1,000 a week? Well, guess what happens? You can. So that's the part that's so nice about this. Whatever level you want to make, set the goal. Think about, where do I want to be? What do I want to accomplish? And if you let us know, or the people that you're working with know, we'll help you do it. So we've had people say, will you help us with this? I don't think my wife's ever said, nope, not going to do it. I've never said it. I'm like, yeah, let's take some time. Let's talk to these people. Let's do this. Let's do that. And strategize people on what we can help them do. The second part to this is the part that blew me away. Is the unlimited income potential through the matching bonus. So what happens is you can earn actually money off of people you personally sponsor. You make 25% of their monthly residual. So what happens is their monthly residual, you can make 25%. So if they're making $100 a week, you make it extra $25 a week. If they're making $1,000 a week, you make an extra $250 a week, right? If they make it $10,000 a week, how much do you make? $2,500 a week. So whatever it is, so your goal is to help that person make as much money. So everyone here, our goal is to help you make as much money as possible. Why? We get a percentage of it. It's kind of cool. It doesn't come out of your pocket, it comes out from the company. And then anyone we help those people do, you get 20% of whoever they sponsor, and then 20% of whoever they do. And I use the example, said, imagine sponsoring someone like Mennonite. Again, we're nobody special. We're just excited about this and sharing this with everybody we can, because we believe this product's going to change the world. And we're not kidding. When you look at the amount of people that it's helped out, it's been amazing. But if you sponsored us, we sponsored over 100 people personally. So by doing this, you would get 25% of our residual. But the second part is, you have over 100 people you get 20% on a weekly basis. And then the people they've sponsored, over 20%. Now you have to remain active, and you got to be at the manager level and above. And there's certain things you got to do this, but it's really not that difficult. We've earned all these bonuses, which is awesome. So it's not difficult to do. It's just a matter of being consistent and persistent. So that's the one thing that, again, from a standpoint of whatever money you want to make, you can literally make as much as you want. There's people making over 100,000 a week from this business right now. And it's going to really get to the point where people are going to be making a lot more than that. So how we share this. Now, this is one thing we want to get a little more time into, is again, the 331 system, the 331 program. Honest Cole is brilliant. She put together the website talking about build331.com. I'm going to go to it in a few minutes, but basically talking about, once again, the whole goal. And this is consistently do a little bit every day, just like eating right a little bit every day, working out consistently here and there, stuff. It's all that consistency makes a big difference. So the whole purpose between 331 is talk to 3 people a day, follow up with 3 people a day, and to get one person to go down to a seminar or webinar, or basically even to get on the website to watch the videos. So if you just every day say, you know what, I'm just going to talk to 3 people a day, make a list of people and then start putting it down. I'm going to talk to 3 people a day, reach out, and not the same 3 people, right? That's where the follow-up comes in. You're going to follow up with 3 people, but you want to talk to 3 new people every day. If you do that every day, that's 90 people in a month. A lot of people are like, well, I don't have that many people I know. You'd be shocked. Pull out your phone, look at how many contacts you have. You've got a ton of people you know. And it's also, who do they know? And then you can help them out too. So 3 people a day, follow 3 people a day, and actually get one person to see something, see a little bit bigger picture, if that makes sense. So the Build 331 site, again, is phenomenal. I mean, I had a guy just the other day said, he goes, this is amazing. It's got everything you need in there. I said, exactly. So even when people say, well, how does the compensation work? Go to step 8. Watch those 3 videos there. You should be able to understand it pretty well by there. But even all the information that we're going to share tonight is right from that website. So all the different stuff, including this presentation, this whole presentation is in step number 5. You can actually download this exact same presentation that's on the website, and we don't modify it that much. So the big thing is that when we talk to people about the business, we want to know if they're serious about their dreams. We want to know that if they have other options, because again, there's a lot of ways to make money, but this is something that when you understand a product, its time has come. This is the best kept 20-year-old company we've ever seen. I mean, we'd never heard anything about this company before. And then when we saw it, we're like going, oh my gosh, this thing's gonna explode. This is gonna become a multi-billion-dollar company. Because when you see the technology, it's unheard of. So the other part is, when you talk to people, do you know people who want to be pain-free and financially free? The answer for us was yes, yes, and yes. Especially the first part for me is like, if I could be pain-free, awesome. 3 days later, I was pain-free. I said, now let's work on the financially free and help a lot of other people do the same thing. So again, we always tell people when we're showing this presentation, say, hey, okay, now stop. We want you to register tonight. Why? Because we're going to be registering people tonight, tomorrow, the next day, the day after. Every day we're registering people. It's up to you if you want to wait now or wait till you're $300 down from where these people are today, because we're literally got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people getting in constantly, which is pretty awesome. So the cool thing about this, again, is we also people get started. Let's get you moving forward. And then we're doing launch parties for them. So that's something some people know about, some people don't know about, but this is something that we've been doing launch meetings with people to help them get started, and inviting their friends, and then personalizing a meeting, for them, for their friends. So the number one thing we know is that when you have a system in place, follow the system, follow the pattern. For it comes down to belief, just like anything else. To me, it doesn't take a whole lot of time. We invest from a training standpoint and a learning standpoint, pretty much a couple of hours a week. What we tie into is basically the Wednesday meeting on a regular basis, and then also the training that's here on every Saturday. We've learned everything what we need to know and all the different inspiration that we need basically from these 2 meetings. And then we've gone back and watched other ones. Have we tied people into the Monday meetings? Yes. Have we tied people into Friday meetings for the South African team and European team? So that, of course we have. Why wouldn't we if it's there? Obviously we got the Spanish meeting. We've been tying people into Spanish meetings. I had a conversation with a guy via text messages. It's doing Google Translate that I'd met, basically just share the opportunity with me. Couldn't even speak English. Me no habla español. So it's like, so I use that, and he got on one of the meetings. So it's pretty cool. So the thing is that, what meetings would I recommend? Jump on the Wednesday meeting and get on the Saturday meeting. Why? Because it's important. And be on live. You can watch it later. They record it. It's not the same. And then a lot of people progress, oh yeah, I'll watch that later. And they just don't. We're the same way. If we don't attend it live, the chances of us going back and watching it again is slim to nil. So what do? We set that time aside. So that's a key, just like consistency and persistency, setting the time aside to make a difference. If you can't do Wednesday because of church, then tie into the Monday meeting, but definitely watch the Wednesday meeting. Those are the most fired up meetings with the greatest testimonies. I mean, it's just awesome. So the next thing, this is huge. When they announced this, I think it was my ticket was like number 7 or something like that. As soon as they announced it, I went on the website and bought it right away, because this convention is, once again, it's a massive belief builder. You can't get around a bunch of other fired up, awesome people, and they're going to sell out. I'm telling you right now, we know where it's at. It's held at our church. So it's going to be up in Tampa Bay, basically, because it's really branded. It's 25, 30 minutes from our house, and it's going to be phenomenal. So David's going to be there. So obviously the founder and inventor of these products is going to be there. Stephen G. going to be there. Honest Cole's going to be there. All the other leaders that you've seen are going to be there. Obviously, we're going to be there. So it's $150, and it includes lunch and dinner on that Saturday. We've paid a lot of money for conventions, and we know how powerful they are, but we also understand a rule that's, if you understand this, if you're there by yourself, you're going to be the most excited person on your team. If you have people there, you're going to grow. The people that have the most people at this event in August, on August 18th and 19th, are going to grow the fastest. Why? Because everybody's going to be at the same level, super excited. And companies track this stuff. When they have a convention like this, the sponsoring goes through the roof. Why? Because the belief goes through the roof. And the people that you're kind of going, yeah, I think you should probably try this or whatever. The next week you're like, dude, you're signing up. You don't even know why, but you're signing up, right? Because what happens, your belief goes through the roof and you start sharing the testimonials and all the things you learn there. So I'm telling people, don't wait. I'm telling you right now, get your ticket ASAP, because again, there's already, I don't even know how many thousands of tickets are being sold. It's going to literally sell out. So the thing is, get it now, and then encourage everybody that you know. As we're getting people started, we're encouraging them to get their tickets right away.
We have some of our international team members that have already purchased their tickets
from South Africa.
So they're going to be getting a plane to come here. They've purchased their ticket already because they know they're going to be here.
Yep.
So, I look at us that live locally, it's a few minutes away, and
people are quick little plane flight away.
We don't have to,
north and west.
I mean, plane flights are, plane tickets are like $1,500,
Yeah.
But they are like determined, they're excited, they're bringing people with them.
Yeah.
And they're making plans to be here, which is, for me, I was blown away. I didn't even ask them to do it.
Yep.
But when they told me they want to be there and they're going to be there, they found a way to do it. And so, I encourage all of you, because that's the way we grow. The people that go are the people that grow.
Period.
And so don't go alone, but take a team of people with you, because you can't take away from that meeting what you experience.
Yep.
It's watered down by the time you start talking to them, so they have to be there personally to experience that.
Yep. So we basically got 4 months. We got May, June, July, and then coming August. So we got 4 months to get as many people there as possible. And I'm just telling you right now, people that are going to miss this are going to miss it. And the people that are going to say it again,
promotion.
Yeah, no, I'm going to talk about it in a second. So the part that you understand with this is that when you're there, you're going to be wishing you had more people there. That's all I can say. We've been a part of teams for years, and we understand how this works. And that's one thing we can't encourage enough. I mean, people say, well, what would be the next thing? This is what you do. Buy this next. Now let's start talking about getting people there, right? So once again, they got a couple promotions between now and the end of the month. And we got some people we want to congratulate because they've already hit this, which is pretty cool. So they have something, when they say global manager mania, means everywhere around the world. We got people that are right now fighting to become manager. Why? Because again, you want to do it anyway, but now they're going to incentivize you, get an extra $100 to do that. And if you sponsored those people, those are personally sponsored to you, you're going to get a $50 bonus by doing that. So that's one of the goals. And again, we'll go over that in a second, but really, this is the biggest part. If you're already at the gold level and you got maybe 1 or 2 people already in, let's get those other people in ASAP. We've had some people that have bronzes on the different legs. Let's get them upgraded to a silver. And as long as they're active and you're active, you're going to be a gold, and you're going to get that extra $100 bonus. One of the gentlemen that we want, him and his wife, we got them got incentivized. Hey, you guys really need to do this, because right now you've got a bunch of volume in both legs, and right now you're capped out at $100. So if you're not a manager, the most you can make on the residual basis is only $100. So literally, by him going manager, by him basically doing that, he got an extra $100 automatically from the cycle bonuses that he wouldn't have gotten before.
They're on.
Yeah, they're awesome. Good. So we're
Brittany and Jeremy, yay!
so
our newest managers.
Yes,
on the team.
I gotta stop.
So I know we have a few other team members on here that are at the manager level and above. And we congratulate
this awesome couple here.
So, yeah.
Meta posted this up on the Quantum Field X39 team. So congratulations, guys, you're awesome. So we're so excited for all the people that have been running for this and hitting this, which is so cool. So anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
And they're on their way to director. I mean, they already have
a lot of people,
some people that they're working with. And the nice thing is, like, we look at the cost of our product. But if you look at the money that they put on the table with these promotions, your product is covered. When you have activity happening, the money starts to rack up. All of a sudden you've got $200, $300, $400. We have a young girl in South Africa. She made like $1,500 in a week. She was brand new in the business. $1,500. She ranked manager within 1 week.
Yeah.
And she's been in the business for 3.5 weeks now. She's made over $2,000.
Mhm.
And every day she's putting in new people. She's just consistently talking.
Yeah.
So the way I look at it is you've got seed in your hand. Okay. I mean, we all have seed. It's the numbers, it's the people,
Yep.
the people that we know, our sphere of influence. And every day we meet people. Today I met a brand new young lady. I don't know her at all, brand new. And I shared with her, she's looking for an opportunity. She's a health coach. You know, that's what she's used to doing. And I said to her, well, I have something that will work perfectly for you. And she said, what is it? I shared the Start X39. She said, oh my goodness, this is amazing. I'm going to look through this and I'll get back to you tomorrow. I don't know her. I don't know her, but she's going to become my next best friend, you know, and we're here to give hope. You know, people are looking for something. They're looking for that next opportunity or that next opportunity to bless their family financially, to bless their friends, to bless their family with health issues, you know, all of that type of thing. So, you know, the world's kind of closing in on people with the whole COVID thing that happened. And I don't want to get into that whole thing, but there was a lot of things going on in the last few years. And a lot of people are walking around confused. They don't know, is this going to happen tomorrow? Is this going to be good? Am I going to have a job? Will I not have a job? Will the money be in the bank? I mean, with everything that's happening. So, you know, we have to start taking care of our lives. I have some doctors that are registered in this business, and I'll tell you now, you know, doctors, we know they're necessary. They have patients coming to them. You can't even get an appointment at a doctor. And you know what they said to me? They said, we actually are getting a little old to see that many patients. So we have to make more money for retirement. And they said, this is an amazing opportunity for us. Because why? They have that sphere of influence, their circle, their patients. They like the products. They're making recommendations. They're showing the product to them. They're not telling them they have to. They're just saying, we use it. We love it. This is the results we're having. We recommend you take a look at it, and then you make an informed decision. Every day I'm getting orders in. Every day. Awesome. And they call me. They don't really understand the compensation plan because they're a little older.
They like it though.
But but they're asking me, so can we get the product in? Can we get this? And if we do this, can we do that? They even running to get the promo money. You know? Absolutely. And so, I mean, honestly, it's like, how are you going to make an extra $100 this week? How are you going to make an extra $500 this week? It really is our choice, and it is available for us.
Yeah. And so the cool part about this too is that, go to the next slide here, is that they not only did that, but they said anybody that goes director. Now, again, director is just helping other people do the same thing you just did. So once again, to become a new director, you get a $200 bonus. When we help other people become directors, once again, there's a $100 bonus for helping somebody else do that. So those of you who are managers, this is the goal. We now want to help you break a manager on the right, break a manager left. How soon? By the end of the month. Why? Because of this. So the good part about this is that what we want to do is help you succeed and help other people succeed. The great part about this is by doing this, it just opens up the amount of money that you can make. And I'll explain that in a second. But once you start helping other people, once again, you got to be the gold level and above, have at least basically 3 silvers above, at least one of them got to be manager on the right and left. So that's, to me, it's again, it's not hard. It's simple because this is the building block. Everybody will want to help do this. Every single person's on here. If you haven't done this yet, want to help you do this. And if you've done it, we want to help your team do it. We want to help everybody in your team do the exact same thing because it's duplicatable very easily. So the other part is that when we talk to people, because the amount of money you can make up front is pretty phenomenal. So we talk to people, say, hey, there's the residual component, there's the actual bonus to kick in, but we've made a ton of money just by basically when you register somebody at the gold level, you get the $100 product introduction bonus. What happens? You have at the platinum $150 from that, $200 for signing with a diamond. But a secret to this, one thing I want you to learn is what you want to eventually do is upgrade to the diamond level. Why? Because if anyone underneath you sponsors a diamond, guess what? At the diamond level, you have, if a diamond sponsored, you basically make $500. So if you personally sponsor a diamond, instead of making 200, you make 500. Well, what happens is, say someone underneath you sponsors a diamond, and they're a gold or a silver or whatever. What happens? They make 200. That's awesome. But they send you a check for the 300. Basically, you get $300. You get the differential if you're the first frontline diamond. So what's cool about this now is that if you understand how the process works, you can actually maximize your bonuses. In the platinum, you can double the 300. So is it necessary? Do you have to? No, but to me, I don't want to leave money on the table. We've made thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just from people registering as a diamond. So it's pretty cool. So what's also cool about that is the diamond level, you actually, there's really 2 months. You get your first month of auto ship taken care of, but the next 2 months. So if someone says, hey, I want to register as a diamond, and it's now the month of April, basically May is covered at 110 points. June is covered in 110 points. The next time they actually have to purchase any product is not until July. So that's just another little thing that when we saw that was great. So the part that we always talk about, why do you want to get these different levels? If you're not a manager, you max out at $100. If you have a bunch of volume on both sides, you can only make $100 unless you have 2 silvers on the right, 2 silvers left, and you're at the gold level to be a manager. Now the manager, this opens up for $1,500 a week. That's much better, right? So the director, 2,500 all the way to 25,000 a week. So this is, and it's a weekly basis. I always say we get paid strongly weekly. If you understand that, we don't get paid week, we get paid strong. So we get paid strongly weekly. So what happens is that if you have a bunch of people in one leg, a lot of people on our teams have a bunch of people on one of their legs, and all we need to do is help them build over here. So a lot of people are sitting on gold mines. They have thousands, tens of thousands of points that are down one of the legs. As they start building their leg, now if they get 330 points, it's a $50 bonus. 660, $50 bonus, 990, $50 bonus. So as you start putting people on his leg, you still want to put people on both sides. Why? Because again, it pays very well to do that. But what you really want to do over the next maybe 30, 60 days is really start focusing 70, 80% of your efforts, on this left leg here. Why? Because again, it's going to help you cycle these bonuses here. But again, our whole goal is to help you build 2 big, strong, hairy, audacious legs, right? So one thing you definitely want to do, and if you need these links, please just even take a picture of this, and you can take a picture of the picture. But once again, we use the Start X39 for everybody. The Facebook, once again, the Quantum Field X39 team is the one I just showed you where Jeremy and Brittany were on. Congratulations again. Awesome job. You know, once again, Onyx Cole's got her YouTube channel, all the things that they do on the Mondays, the Wednesdays, the Thursday Spanish meetings, the Friday meetings, the Saturday trainings are all on that YouTube channel. So you said, oh, I missed the last Saturday. Well, guess what? You can go back and actually watch it. So it's actually on there. So you can go back on her YouTube channel. Once again, the Quantum Field team testimonials is also on the Facebook. Then they got the QF Team Biz, which is now, which is build331.com. They renamed it. The training site is on this. And then once again, the other part where you can do search on Telegram on there too. So these are different links that we have that we definitely want to use. So let's go back real quick. I want to share one thing with you, is that what is the goal long term? So again, when Steve and Gina said what you want to do is you want to build 2 strong legs, build the outside of these legs. And once again, we go bottom left, and as soon as for bringing somebody in, we basically hit the binary tree viewer, we click on that, and we hit bottom right, and we hit the right plus sign over there, and that puts the next person on the right, next person to the right. Then what the whole goal is, you want to have personals. So when they said 20 personals right, 20 personals left, we said, yes, sir. So we did that, and we're doing it again and again and again and again. Why? Because the amount of money you can make is huge. And if you understand building a foundation, that's what we're doing right now because of what's going on. So by just doing that, again, 3-3-1, talk to 3 people, follow with 3 people, and get somebody on a meeting like this, whether this or to the website or whatever. So some people go, well, it seems like a lot of people. Then you don't understand how simple this really is, because if you talk to a lot of people, you'll find a lot of people, and they'll have people, and so on and so forth. So the one part I was going to mention, the thing is bounce here. So let me jump off of here real quick. So I want to share this other part with you real quick. Actually, I was in there already. There. So this becomes your very good friend, because anybody has questions for you, this is where you want to send them. The Build 331. This is for the people who want to build this business. If they want to with the product, no, we utilize the Start X39. That's going to go through a lot of information on there. We get testimonial videos we can share. But really, what we want to do is for people who want to build, make sure they understand the different steps in here, how this works. There's a great video here on basically the 331 system, how to patch people, how to ask, share, give, how to follow up. And like I mentioned before, even in here on step number 5, you got basically right here, downloading the opportunity presentation. When you do this, you click on here, it gives you a couple different options. I recommend downloading the one that's got the video in there. So the QF team presentation with the video, you download this and now you got the presentation. It's pretty simple. You can do it for the iPhone. So if you want to share it with your iPhone, we do Zoom meetings, obviously from the computer normally is what we do, but you could share that if you wanted to. So this is covering my thing up here. Remove that. So going back to this again, is that when you look at all these things, like I talked about, how do you get paid? People say, well, how do I get paid? There's a video talks about how to set up the iPayout account. I send people here first. I don't walk them through it. I say, here, go to step number 6 or 7, I think. Step number 7, go to step number 7, go there. And it's even got a tutorial on here on exactly what to do, everything else, but watch the video. It's like a 4-minute video. You can watch it twice if you want to, but the difference on this is you cannot set up your iPayout account until commissions are available to go in there. So some people say, well, how do I get this set up right now? Well, you can't do it until you have commissions that are in there. Once they're in there, then they'll send you an email, but even it takes usually about a week or 2 before you have that availability, then you can set it up and then the money's transferred directly to your checking account every single Wednesday, which is kind of cool. So the last thing in here is the comp plan. Once again, if this looks familiar to you, it's because this is where I got it from. This is what we share. This is how we share the information. Exactly the same information here. You can download these. You just download the PDFs. I take snippets of these and save them as pictures and send them to people. And the second part here, these are the videos. This is the video I watched right away when we first got started. I watched it again. I watched it again. So I wanted to learn more about what it is. And if you don't watch this video, you're not excited, then there's something wrong with you because it's got some great information in there. But then here again, the manager, the 3-step, once again, the 3-step process. Let's help you become, a manager, how to then become a director, how to become a senior director. So even at the event, if you notice the very first night, they're going to have a special event for senior directors. So our goal is to have a bunch of senior directors there and to help you do that. So you can download these things here. So that's the other part there. So was there anything else you wanted to share on this? Because I know you wouldn't want to explain anything else. I want to make sure we're going over everything.
Just with regards to, so I get this question quite often is people will sign up, like say on a silver package.
Let me enlarge this real quick.
And then they, just enlarge it.
Yeah.
And then they come back and they want more product and they say, well, I want another silver pack.
Mhm.
These packages are one time your entry into the business. So you can either start up as a bronze or you can start up as a silver all the way to diamond. It's the startup pack. It's not like you
It's a
can,
one-time pack.
it's one time. It's so then subsequent to that, people would either upgrade or they would go on an order ship. And right, I mean, if they're builders and they want to stay active for the duration of this of the business, they will be on order ship.
Yeah,
so
that's the number one thing. And for people who don't understand that, I've had people that say, well, I don't want to be on ownership. I said, then you don't understand the business because you need to be on ownership because you need to be active. And so in order to actually earn all the bonuses, you have to be at least at the gold level and on 2 sleeves a month. So for Mena and I got my own sleeve, right? She's got her own sleeve and like, don't touch my sleeve.
yeah.
So, so that's what it is.
So these are our registration packages, and then you get your ranks, which is a separate thing. That's the manager, the director, senior director,
Yep.
Executive and presidential, so on. So that's the whole thing. I get that question quite a lot. So just to clarify on that issue,
Mhm.
but other than that, I think we've covered everything.
Yeah, so
open up for
yeah, we will.
questions.
So the smart thing to do here is, again, if someone's a silver and they're not a gold yet and they're a builder and they say, well, I need to order some more product. You don't want to just have them order product. Let's get them upgraded to gold because they actually get an extra sleeve of one of the other products that they have, which is kind of cool. So they can get a glutathione or get a, the Ice Wave or get the Eon or whatever they want. So again, we just promote the X39. That's it. But it comes with, they want you to try one of the products. So depending on what they need, we can coach them on that. But the other part is some people say, well, if I want to buy extra patches, how can I get the cheapest price? Well, then upgrade again to platinum. Now you get it for $84. But we've had people at the bronze level that say, well, let me just buy an extra patch. Say, well, why don't we actually upgrade you to a silver? That way you can get 2 of them for $179 or $175. So because you already paid the $125, you pay $300 here basically. So you're paying a $175 difference. So you're really paying a lot less. Why wouldn't you do that? They go, my line I always say, does that make sense? They're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay, great. Let's do that real quick. And we just upgrade them. So by doing that, you can go to the back office and upgrade them. And it's, again, they even show exactly how to do that on the build 331, which is pretty cool. So, but again, we want to open this up for questions because we want to answer any questions you might have. And again, I always apologize for talking fast. I can't talk slow. I've tried, it doesn't work. So anyway, So let me stop sharing here and then let's up and up. So Stephen, someone just asked, how do you upgrade? Okay, so great question. So
That's Anita.
yep. So great question. So what happens is that if you say, I want to upgrade, there's a way to go through the back office and actually do that. I'm not going to jump on right now.
You can't do that. Okay.
Yeah, no, because one thing I want to do is I could, well, let me see. Because I can't do it on ours. I have to do it on somebody else's. I have to log into somebody else.
So upgrade, Anita. So go back to the silver and
Go back,
bronze
yeah.
to show that.
Yep.
So upgrade, if say Anita, you start at silver and you paid $299 for the silver package. And then you want more product the next month. So you on ordership, but our recommendation is rather upgrade to gold. So you go into the back office and in the back,
we actually help a lot of people do this.
yeah, we help people. We walk through that because we always like to show, it's learn, do, and teach. Okay, so
I'm
we
sharing my screen. Sorry.
what are you doing?
I'm not
Are you sharing it?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
Sorry.
But
let me go this first. Let me see if I can log into someone else real quick and just so I can see because we can't upgrade. We're the highest thing. Wow,
yeah, you
I can't even minimize this. Let me see if I can go put this up. Sorry, but keep talking. Go ahead.
Okay, so can they see that?
No, not yet.
Oh.
Sorry. I can show people to log in.
So if you're registered as a silver and we're going to upgrade you, silver package is $299.95 and a gold package is $499.95. So when we upgrade you, we choose the upgrade kits in the store and we pay the difference. $499 less $299, you're paying $200, but you're getting the difference between 5.5 and 3, which is 2.5. So you're going to get 2 X39 and then 1 bonus sleeve. And okay, are you in there? Can you? Okay, so once you're in,
no, they can see you.
okay, but we can go to platinum. No?
Yeah, I know, but I'm just trying not to show information here. So
Okay,
give me a second. Let me share this now. Okay, that's my best friend. Boom. Okay, so what happens is an upgrade kit in here. So it'll give you the options of what you can do. So when you go into basically the store at the very bottom, will say upgrade. And when you go to upgrade, then it's going to show you what your options are. So when you go there, basically you can upgrade as a platinum, upgrade as a diamond, upgrade as a gold if you're silver, or if you're a bronze, you get them the 4 different options. And once you select it, then you basically can go in and actually select the plan you want and basically do that. The best thing for us is we walk people through it. Once you see it, it's pretty simple. But the part that's to this is, again, you pay just the differential. So if someone's already a gold and they basically paid the $500 to get to the platinum, which is $999, you basically it's $1,000. You pay the $500 difference on that, and then you get the differential in the patches. But I just want to show you what it looks like. Give me a second here. Go back to where it was. So come on, share screen.
okay, I think Anita's understood that.
Yeah, sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Why? Let me do this.
So it's really, I mean, once you have your back office set up, you go to the store and there's an option to upgrade the kits, and they already have it worked out, the difference between the previous kit and the one you're upgrading to, and then the amount of sleeves. So it's very easy to work with. We help everybody their first time. It's kind of, we walk you through it so that you can do the same for
one other misconception too is people think when they sign up for something that they got to continue getting this every single month. No, you just buy what you want, 1 sleeve, 2 sleeves, whatever. We always recommend 2 sleeves. So even if you're platinum or diamond, so that's for like us, we sign up as a diamond and then have just 2 sleeves a month for that. So okay. So
any further questions? We don't want to go too late because I know
but please, if you want to raise your hand or if you want to just unmute yourself and ask a question,
you can.
We want to ask. And again, with some of these different things, I don't want to go through every specific detail on that, but we can teach people how to do that. But why we want people to upgrade is because again, the compensations is built for that for the first part, but the second part is you actually get the stuff for cheaper, and there's bonus sleeves you can get with that. So,
and if you're new on here and you're not yet signed up or registered in the business and you're making a decision to do that, then the person who invited you on here is the one that you will get back with to help you.
And someone Zoom user, it says just unmuted. So
that's Jeremy.
Yeah, that's me, Tamara. Too.
Oh, Tamara,
I don't know. Hi.
You're like this.
So,
You're doing awesome. Yes. Go ahead.
so, so we started with gold, we upgraded to diamond.
Mhm.
I was supposed to not have to get 2 sleeves for 90 days, but somehow we missed that. Is there any way I can talk to the company to change that?
Great
Or if
question.
something like that happens, when, who do you call support?
Yeah, so support has really been great. They're really fantastic. So the only thing that we got to make sure, that's one thing that we found that out, because when you do upgrade someone to diamond, you basically got to push back the auto ship, and you got to think about, okay, I'm covered for this month. So if you started this month, you say, okay, I'm covered for this month, or you started next month, you're covered for that specific month, but then 2 months from there also. So like I mentioned before, for if someone upgraded today, they'd be basically covered for the month of April. Then May's covered for that 110, June's covered for 110, and basically you have to set up the auto ship for July. So, but we can talk off of that. If you want to shoot me a text, we can set up a time, but you can call customer service and they can discuss that. I don't know. That's a great question. So it's something
Okay.
that
And then you said once you're a gold, once
Mhm.
you're at a gold level, you have to order 2 a month. Is that
yeah,
correct?
in order to be a manager, qualified as a manager, basically the requirement is that you have to have, and I could probably share that screen, but it's basically
110 points, well, 110 plus point, nothing less than 110 points. So
yeah.
the recommendation is 2 sleeves of X39 to stay at manager rank, because in order to be a manager, you need to be at the gold rank, at the gold package with ordership of 2.
Yeah.
And then 4 silvers and above, 2 on each side.
I think it says it back here. So it doesn't say it. There's a sheet that actually shows the same thing, but basically you have to have, and so to be active, you got to have to have at least 55 points. But as a manager, you have to have at least 110. It doesn't say in here. I thought it did.
That's the
There's another sheet that we have that's on the other one there, but yeah, so just two sleeves a month is what's required. Sorry.
Okay.
Great question though. Yes. So, and obviously when in doubt, let us know, ask us, and we'll share with you. So there's a lot of times that, and the one of the question that people have asked, especially recently, people are brand new, is they say, okay, who can use the patches and who can't? So there's only 2 situations where people cannot use the patches that they recommend. So David Schmidt said, he goes, if someone's currently going through chemotherapy, he does not want them using the X39 patch because it can mess with the chemotherapy. They don't want to do that. It's not going to hurt the person, but they can actually detox out the chemo based upon what they've seen. The second ones are people that have actually had a organ transplant, like a heart transplant, liver, kidney transplant, something like that. Someone asked me today, they said, if someone gave a kidney, I'm like, well, no, because they're not an anti-rejection medication. So it's the anti-rejection medication that they've had a problem with, because the more stem cells in your body, the more that basically it could potentially try to reject that foreign organ. So that's the only thing that they're talking about. So those are the 2 different situations. And we've had situations where people have had actually, there's one gal that she was going into hospice super sick. It's not our testimony, it's someone else that we saw online. And literally they've got her on the patch. And not only did she not have to go in the hospice, but she's doing phenomenal. But she actually had a kidney transplant. And literally this has pretty much been saving her life, which is just like amazing. So when you think about that, that's pretty crazy. So, but any other questions? So please unmute, and we'd love to answer any questions, and because we want to make sure that we keep this to the hour that we have. But again, we're free to answer any questions. I may stop the recording and stay on here as long as people want. So any other questions?
I have one again on the diamond level. So when you say you get those for $84, is that your reorder too, or just that one time?
Just that one time. Now there is a 20 pack at the $84 level. Like we have a person today. It's a maintenance pack. That's basically if you say, hey, I want to get, so people who want to like really sell these or really have a bunch on hand, you can buy another 20 pack for $84. So we have someone who actually has a company that he wants to basically get a bunch of these products. He goes, well, how can I get more of these? Well, he's going to register the diamond, and he's probably going to get some 20 packs because he can do that. I said, well, why don't we get a bunch of people signed up underneath even? So anyway, so there's a lot of ways to do that. But but that's the least expensive that we can obviously get, which is pretty still a great price.
Thanks.
Yeah. And the one thing they talked about when they did surveys, they said people would be willing to pay a lot more for this. I mean, people would be willing to pay $2.99, $3.99, $4.99 for this, because again, once they understand it works, but they wanted to make it available for everybody at a low price. That's why we want to get to them for the wholesale price. But great questions, Tamara. Great questions. Any other questions? No. Otherwise, we're here for you. If you don't know that, then you don't know us.
Yeah, and just
we take time to help people as much as we possibly can.
just one last thing.
Yep.
There are some of you on here that are really, really close to manager,
Yes.
and that promotion it runs to the 30th of April.
Mhm.
Some of you are almost ranking director. It runs to the 30th of April.
Yep.
We're here. I mean, we're working with different teams,
Mhm.
our international teams, all of them.
Yep.
This promotion is open for all of
Every
them.
single
And,
person.
we're here to help you. We help you, we're helping ourselves. So we want to invest as much time as we
Mhm.
can in your businesses, because it helps everybody. The rising tide is going to raise all the ships. So
Yeah. And if you got questions, don't hesitate. Text us, call us, whatever. I say the best thing for me is text me, shoot me a message, and we'll set the time to talk. If we can get on a Zoom and show us something. But more importantly, let's keep this rocking. Order the tickets for the convention. I'm telling you, this is it. Again, we're sending those links out to
they're
everybody.
limited tickets as
Yeah,
well.
yes.
So they're going to run out and
Yep, and-
have no more space.
No, and so we know, because we know the venue, we know where it's at, and we know everything about it, and so we know Steve and Gina too. They're signing up people every single day, so on their team. So we want to get all our home team there as much as we can. So let us know. We're gonna send the links out to everybody. But please contact us. Say, how do I order these tickets? We'll get you ordered right away, get you set, and then say, okay, how many people do you want to have there? 10, 20, 50 people, whatever it is. We'll help you get it there. So otherwise, we love you guys. Bless you.
Thank
We
you for
pray
your
for
time.
everybody. We pray for everybody this every morning we get together. My wife and I, we're constantly praying for each and every one of you. So we want you to win in a huge way. So once again, focus on whatever you want to go, whatever you want to do, whoever you want to talk to, we're here to help. So we love you guys. Have an amazing night, and we'll talk real soon.
And this is recorded. So if anybody invited someone that couldn't get on, we'll
I'll
send
be
the
uploading it
recording.
to
Oh,
YouTube
to
tonight.
YouTube.
Yep,
Okay.
I'll be uploaded to YouTube tonight. So God bless you guys. Yes, we love you.
Thank you for jumping on.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Bless you guys. Have a good night.